The Punch newspaper, one of the leading newspapers in Nigeria, is claiming that the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi, has agreed in principle to be the running mate of Atiku Abubakar, former vice president and the presidential candidate of the PDP in the 2023 presidential election in 2027. That is what the paper is claiming. However, that claim has been denied by a close aide of President of Peter Obi, Chief Peter Obi, former Inter-Party Advisory Council chairman. Peter Obi dispelled that story, saying that he will have to consult with his Oga before giving his position, because he was asked to confirm the story by Punch newspaper. And Peter Obi was very careful to say that that they are still in Labour Party and they are doing everything to work it out, and that the Supreme Court has taken a position on Julius Abure's status. And he went on to say that the only certain candidate that can beat Tinubu is Peter Obi, and that should be the issue, that should be the position, that should be the way forward. However, when they spoke with Paul Ibe, who is a spokesperson of Atiku Abubakar, Paul Ibe said that he cannot confirm that agreement, but all he knows is that Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar have been meeting over the coalition to ensure that the APC administration and President Bola Tinubu, they are defeated in 2027 to make way for good governance in Nigeria, something of that nature. Now, the Punch newspaper itself claimed that Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi met in London, where it claimed that Peter Obi agreed to be vice presidential running mate to Atiku Abubakar, and that they both agreed to go and consult with their people before making any public statement on this issue. Is it possible that Atiku Abubakar and co, they are making every effort to package themselves as people that will do only one term? That is a possibility. But Peter Obi agreeing with it is a story that needs to be, first of all, verified. Atiku Abubakar is believing that he can be able to convince people to vote for him, that he will do only one term. But you and I know that as a person as ambitious as Atiku Abubakar, he will never do one term. He is going to be able to do all the terms he could ever do. He will be able to do all the terms he will ever do. Once he sets his foot, his legs enter the villa. Atiku Abubakar is very ambitious that he cannot do one term. Even if he had to be on a wheelchair to do second term, he will do second term. Anybody believing that Atiku Abubakar will do one term don't know Atiku Abubakar. I don't know Atiku Abubakar personally, But I know Atiku Abubakar historically, he will not do one term if he has the opportunity. Look at how hard he has been fighting to be president since in the 1990s. Don't forget he contested for presidential ticket of SDP with MKO Abiola Uncle. So you think after all these years he set his foot at the presidential villa and he will do 4 years. Anybody who is selling that thing and anybody who is buying it don't know what he's buying. That's the truth. He will not do 1 year. He will not do one term. You look at how ambitious Atiku Abubakar was. In 2003, he wanted Obasanjo not to contest for second term. While they were still in their first term in 1999, in the middle of 1999, he has already instigated a campaign that Obasanjo should be a one-term president, that Obasanjo should do the Mandela, he should do like Mandela. That was what they were, that was things they were spreading information through the media. So somebody that ambitious, you think he will do one term if he gets the opportunity to be at the villa. He's not going to do one term. Anybody who is believing on that is buying bad market. That's the truth. He is going to do 2 terms if he has the opportunity. So let that be clear, and Peter Obi should know it, and I believe that Nigerians will be able to know it, that the idea that he will do one term doesn't hold water. But it is not in doubt that it is what they are bargaining. Their bargaining position is that Atiku will do one term, I will do one term, and I will hand over. It's not as simple as that. One of the people who are already promoting this one-term agenda is Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo. You know, not long ago, Kenneth Okonkwo said he has resigned from Labour Party and all that. Before we know it, Kenneth Okonkwo had a meeting with Atiku Abubakar. Once Kenneth Okonkwo came out from that meeting and celebrated it, he said that he just met with the former vice president, blah, blah, blah. And it was a successful meeting. Okay? And that meeting was held shortly after Kenneth Okonkwo said that Atiku Abubakar should resign from politics, Peter Obi should not contest in 2027, Tinubu should not contest. So after the meeting with Atiku Abubakar, Kenneth Okonkwo said that that they had a successful meeting. And I asked, how successful was the meeting? Was he able to convince Atiku Abubakar not to contest? Because he was the apostle. Kenneth Okonkwo was the apostle of Atiku Abubakar should not contest in 2027. Peter Obi should not contest in 2027. Tinubu should not contest in 2027. That they should give way for a new breed of leaders to emerge. So when he was celebrating that they had a successful meeting with Atiku Abubakar, when he was celebrating that on his Twitter handle. So I asked, has Atiku agreed to step down? Because you said this man should not contest, he should leave. Now you had a meeting with him and you are telling us the meeting was successful. Did he agree that he will not contest? Because that's the only way he can be successful. But the next thing we heard was Kenneth Okonkwo becoming an apostle of one time. That what they need is a candidate of the coalition who would do only one time. And that was when I knew that was the game. So the idea of one time to me is not a revelation by the Punch newspaper. Atiku has been selling that dummy to those he wants to hoodwink or those he is looking for their support. Whether Peter Obi has bought into it, we may never know until we know. So people should take it with a pinch of salt. It could also be that the Punch newspaper is trying to set an agenda. It's trying to make Peter Obi to react. I wouldn't be surprised if that story was planted in the Punch by the Atiku camp to force Peter Obi to say something, whether he has agreed or not to agree. You know, by this story coming out now, that Peter Obi has agreed is the kind of thing that now people will be capitalizing on it and say, Peter Obi, what is your position? Have you capitulated to play second fiddle to Atiku Abubakar, or are you going to go it alone? So, part of the duty of the media is to set agenda. This is a typical agenda setting report by the Punch newspaper. So people should not be in a hurry to condemn Peter Obi because of this report. They should wait. Let us get to the bottom of it. But the one thing that is true about this report that I can take, that is true, is that Atiku Abubakar is selling a dummy that he's going to do one time. That is the dummy he's selling. That is the agenda he's putting forward to garner support from southern Nigeria, from Peter Obi, and from all others. But like Peter Obi said, in southern Nigeria, there is a Peter Obi who can defeat Tinubu. That should be the way to go. But let us wait and see what eventually will play out. But Peter Obi, former chairman, national chairman of Inter-Party Advisory Council, the umbrella body of all registered political parties in Nigeria, he said he will speak with his organ about that matter. But he was also very quick to say that his organ, Peter Obi, can beat Tinubu. In other words, saying that playing second fiddle to Atiku Abubakar is out of the question. This Peter Obi is from Kogi State. He has already given a breakdown on how Peter Obi is far more important, far more better than Atiku Abubakar ahead of 2027 election. He was the person that showed how Atiku Abubakar, with all the structures of the PDP, couldn't perform far better than Peter Obi in real times. He had 13 governors, he had House of Reps members, senators, and everything. And Peter Obi was able to even win more states than him in 2023 election. Without any governor, without any reps, without anybody. And Atiku Abubakar is known not to perform well when he doesn't have structure. Now he doesn't have the PDP structure. They are talking about going to ADC. I think that's what they call the party. They say Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, they are hoping to move to ADC, or African Democratic Congress, ADC, because the Labour Party is in disarray, PDP is in disarray. But Peter Obi is saying they are working things out in Labour Party, that Labour Party is still the vehicle they will use. But that notwithstanding, That notwithstanding, the situation of 2027 showed that Atiku Abubakar doesn't have what it takes to lead a structureless campaign. Don't forget, one of the things that stood Peter Obi out was that he could be able to run without structure and challenge the status quo and even defeated the status quo, but for the INEC manipulation of that election through the deliberately switching off of electronic transmission of that result. Atiku cannot do that. So Peter Obi had been one of those who is insisting that Peter Obi should be the arrowhead of any coalition. But Atiku don't want to hear that. He feels that this is his last chance. Age is not on his side and what have you. And he is trying to claim that he will do only one term, which I disagree. Atiku Abubakar will not do one term. Once he enter there, he's not going to do one term. He will do 8 years. So, that's being the case. What do you think will be the implication of Peter Obi continuing to be the running mate of Atiku Abubakar? Because already people are saying they are not going to back such a ticket. Some say, okay, that is, you have to stoop to conquer, that is what is needed. But I believe strongly that at a time when the presidency is supposed to remain in the South, if Tinubu has performed badly as a Southern president, Nigeria has a Southerner who is better than him, who can perform better than him in Peter Obi. What do you think is really playing out? Do you think that Peter Obi, as this punch is claiming, their sources have told them that Peter Obi has succumbed to be running mate? Or do you think that punch is just setting an agenda, trying to make Peter Obi to speak? Perhaps doing the bidding of Atiku Abubakar. They are waiting restlessly to hear from Peter Obi, and Peter Obi is not saying anything. So they want to push him out to say something by claiming that he has agreed in London to be a running mate. What is your take? How do you assess this report by the Punch newspaper? Whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.